Welcome back to a new What If. This one is rewriting Dragon Ball itself from Z up. I wanted to do this because I feel like there was a lot of missed opportunities, and Salad Saiyan and Smugstick have both inspired me through watching their content to create this. And I wanted to tie the bridge between GT and Super, but also have a brand new story, which almost none of the super characters are in this, except for a few, but they are not the same as their in-canon counterpart. This is a complete rewrite. Let's get into it, starting off with the Battle of God saga, and which goes a lot differently, but don't worry, by the end of it, I will elaborate more. Anyway, enjoy the video. Part 1. We open up on this rewrite with a new ending of Z. Instead of simply Boo being defeated and then 5 to 7 years pass, we see that Vegeta has secretly held a grudge and wants to push himself beyond Goku's power. He even secretly unlocks Super Saiyan 3. However, he knows it's only a matter of time before that fool, Kakarot, surpasses him again. So, Vegeta develops blood waves with the help of his wife Bulma and gets his tail back. Vegeta goes off-world to train for a good year or two and unlocks a new transformation. He evolved it from a Grade 8 to Golden Grade 8 to even Super Grade 8 2 to Super Grade 8 3, not Super Saiyan 4 yet, which puts him ahead of Goku by a margin. However, he can feel he's on the cusp of tapping into something great. He can feel it, but he needs more time. However, as he returns to Earth to rest, we see that Vegeta is heavily tired, and everyone else is as it was normally, which there are some changes that do happen. The God of Destruction of Universe 7 does wake up. However, it's not Beerus. It's a blonde, long-haired bunny. Her name is Serena. Serena is different than Beerus. She awakens for a similar reason, though. She felt the mortal scales and balance of power being tilted. Thus, she summons her angel, Whis, who is slightly more robotic in this version. He has metallic wings on his back, but hardly ever spreads his wings. We see Serena contemplate her concerns to Whis. Whis scans the universe and finds only one mortal evolving to a level that could be potentially worrisome. So Serena wakes fully and intends to seek out this mortal foolish enough to test the might of a god. We then see how Vegeta and Goku both are trained on Earth. This time they both are in Super Saiyan 3 and neither can really outdo the other. Goku has even evolved this form to be able to stack a low level of Kaioken on top of it. Vegeta is still ahead with the power of a Grade 8. However, they do stop as Vegeta and Goku realize that it's the day of Pan's birth. Not Bulma's birthday in this timeline. We see as Gohan, Goku, and all of the Sun family and the Z Fighters relish that the birth of the half Saiyan Pan, or she'd be quarter Saiyan technically, which Gohan is enthralled and wants to protect her with all his might. Goku tells Gohan that he's proud of him and he'll make a better father than he did, which Gohan thanks his dad as they admire Pan. However, this happy moment is taking place. Serena is on her way to Earth and asks what's happened and why did she sleep so long. Whis tells her in his robotic voice that 1,000,000 years ago, the great evil Kai sealed the Elder Kai away and ran rampant through the universe until one day he just vanished after encountering a furry warrior with a golden crown and staff and a monkey tail covered nearly head to toe in fur. And not long after he appeared, the great evil Kai disappeared, and so did the warrior Sun Wu. Serena wanders on this and ponders if Sun Wu was the mortal. Whis tells him that he was one of the strongest ever. He does believe, but Serena tells him that this could be him. Could this be him on Earth? They must find him. Serena and Whis eventually land on Earth. Serena waits as the winds blow and she comments that Earth is such a beautiful place and so full of many different variants of life, also similar as well. Serena then floats over to a forest and as the storm rolls over him. Serena lands and begins petting a bunny and other animals and just notices how similar she and the bunny are. The big ears, the nose, the fur, she can feel She then feels some raindrops start falling down and comments that this always happens when she goes to a planet. She comes here peacefully and always gets the bad weather. Whis comments that is her god of destruction energy attracting the most destructive forces of each planet. Serena shrugs and senses the Z Warriors, all together and taps her foot on the ground using echolocation. Serena then simply listens as the baby coos and she sees a baby is born. She tells Whis to make a camp and they'll wait a couple of days to let the warriors settle in with the baby before they engage. Showing signs of kindness and remorse as a god of destruction, unlike Beerus would show. Serena then waits 3 days, and after that she makes her way towards the Z-Fires. She goes towards Capsule Corp and senses only a few notable keys nearby, and flexes her power by getting everyone's attention by simply powering up a tiny bit. Vegeta rushes outside wondering who the heck this bunny lady is. Where did she come from? Serena explains she is one of the greatest destroyers of Universe 7 and has come here on a personal quest to find the mortal daring to tip the scales of gods and mortals. Vegeta explains he didn't know what she means, but if it's a fight she wants, it's a fight she'll get. Serena oddly motions that they could take it to the wasteland with no one around. Vegeta agrees and they take off. Serena compliments that it compliments a worried Bulma's hair. Serena basically said, "I like your hair," to Bulma, and she's worried. Serena is being sweet and talking to Vegeta about how nice Bulma looked, with Vegeta interrupting her, telling her he isn't here to chit-chat, and noticing her odd behavior. She said she wanted to fight, and that's what she's here for. Vegeta even comments how can someone as sweethearted and sounding as her be a destroyer? Vegeta's never even seen or heard of a destroyer. Serena then makes fun of how Vegeta is the prince of a dead Saiyan race and wonders if he feels like a big man now since he's finally fighting someone his size. Vegeta races in and swings at Serena, who blocks it with a nose twitch. Yes, she twitches her nose. She then stamps her feet repeatedly to blow Vegeta back. And remember, this Vegeta is stronger than the current one. And even more off balance, she taps her feet. Vegeta shakes all around and is blown back until he turns Super Saiyan 2 and flies back in, nearly hitting her, but she ducks and tells Vegeta he'll have to be faster. She then goes on to expertly block all of his attacks with one arm. Serena then headbutts Vegeta, which he nearly loses his form, but instead he uses his rage to amp up to Super Saiyan 3 and dives back in. Not too long after, the other Z-Fighters show up and question what Whis and Serena are doing here by questioning Whis himself. Whis says that Serena came here to find a mortal who was getting a high enough battle power to mess with the scales of mortal and god. So Serena is just testing to be sure. Goku then jumps in between them, shouting for this to stop, as Vegeta, of all people, wants to continue and kicks Goku out of the way. Goku argues with Vegeta that they should get to fight her. However, Serena says that she doesn't actually want or like to fight unless she has to, so please don't. Which surprises everyone. She says she was here waiting for the mortal who could rival the gods. Obviously, Vegeta is the strongest one of them all, and she didn't even have to try against him. Obviously, she must be on the wrong world. Stupid Reese droid. Anyway, she's sorry for the trouble. Goku tells her to hold on, and that he and Vegeta could fuse to give her a challenge. Krillin chimes in that the woman who can destroy Vegeta with a foot tap just said she don't want to fight. Let's not get her mad. Vegeta then shoves Goku out of the way and tells him that he's got something to tip the scales right now. Vegeta then powers up to Super Saiyan 3 and then goes Great Ape at will, which surprises everyone, even Serena. Who's in shock? Could this be Sun Wu? However, Vegeta keeps pushing and actually does tip the scales by condensing this form down. Before becoming what he is, before transforming, Serena asks Whis if this is Sun Wu, looked right. Whis said, no, he's more of a humanoid, which, as she says that, Vegeta, for the very first time, transforms into Super Saiyan 4. Goku is jealous of this new form, however, Serena isn't fearful of it. Actually, she dashes in excitedly, grabbing Vegeta up and asking if his real name is Sun Wu. What does he know about the great evil Kai? Huh? But Vegeta is just as confused, and for the first time ever, lands a blow on Serena's gut, which sends her flying back. She comments that only gods are able to hurt gods. That didn't hurt, but it stung. He's closing the gap. Serena then runs back in and uses her ears as lassos and slams Vegeta to the ground, and summoning a Keyblade, threatening to cut off Vegeta's tail. But Vegeta instantly, or isn't going to go down that easily. He then powers up out of her ear and they battle. They then battle for hours and hours and hours and hours and hours, having the time of their life. But as the battle ends, Serena drops Vegeta by the arm on the ground, becoming the victor, however, damaging her clothes in the process. Oh well. She'll just have to wear the old attire. She'll change when she gets back to her world. Goku and everyone else baffled. Serena asked if she could hang out here a little longer and explain herself. The group, not wanting to get destroyed, agreed. We then see Serena in some normal human attire. She's sitting down with Bulma, and everyone watches her suspiciously. Vegeta is still barely conscious from his battle and questions what's going on. Serena sits down and explains that with Whis helping, she is one of the 4 divine warriors of this universe. Universe 7. She is Serena of Destruction. She has ruled the universe for eons and was recently, in the past million years, expunged too much power and was basically sealed for 1,000,000 years. Which a being, the great evil Kai, sealed her away. The Elder Kai, sealed away the Elder Kai, which dampened her power even more. Which has been slowly coming back to her, and when the Elder Kai was free, her power came back even more until she could break out of the weak seal that the great evil put her in. Just a fun little side note. She's nowhere near as strong as she was whenever her full powers are back. She tells them that after the Elder Kai was freed, her energy started coming back to her. She and he are two halves. He creates, she destroys. The only thing is, as long as he is existing, dead or alive, she'll still exist. Someone would have to Hakai him to kill her, which is the biggest weakness. Not that she told the warriors, just some background info. Anyways, the Supreme Kais are not important in this factor. It's the Elder Kai. As long as he exists. Anyway. Serena explains the great evil Kai, after running rampant through the universe, was one day gone, and it's believed before Sun Wu disappeared, he had something to do with it. With Vegeta Super Saiyan 4, he looks so similar, which is why she was excited. Anyways, as she looks around, Earth has a lot of lesser creatures, like animals, that look very similar to that of what aliens she's encountered look like, which is odd. Serena asks if she can stay on Earth like a vacation and study Earth and its creatures. Goku and everyone see this as an odd request, but Goku accepts it. Serena will help teach him and train him. Serena sees it as an odd offer and agrees. But 18 mentions that they should have a free Earth Won't Get Destroyed card. So Whis whisk up some paper, Serena signs it, and hands it to the Z Fighters. Serena says as long as they don't break any universal laws, she won't do anything. The universe is a prosperous place, and she doesn't want to destroy it when it's just now getting back to its peak. So a vacation seems like the right move. Goku then asks and questions why they can't sense her energy, how they get so strong, or how she gets so strong. Serena says that she is a god. They naturally have godly ki, which makes them infinitely stronger than mortals, but she'd be willing to teach a small portion of it to them, which Goku begs to be trained by her. Serena says she's got to get their stuff and then they can get started, but not to mention Gohan also steps up to play, asking if he can be trained as well. He wants to protect his newborn daughter Pan. Serena says that she knows of her birth and wants to hold her. As she cradles Pan in her arms, she agrees Gohan can train with her. Vegeta, however, doesn't want to. His pride won't accept that she wasn't at full power. So he believes that he's as strong as the God of Destruction, but everyone else is playing catch-up to that God. Playing catch-up couldn't hurt. Ha! Besides, he could always figure out God Ki for himself. He thinks to himself as he smirks. Meanwhile, off-world, The great evil Kai approaches the scales of the universe and says, my, what a mess you've made. I guess I'll have to start you all over again, Serena. As we then see the universe divided into 4 sections to represent each of the Divine Warrior section. As the basically, when she was worried about the scales being tipped, it was because she didn't realize how much power she had lost, and she thought Vegeta would be a legitimate threat, which they tied. She is much more powerful and possibly stronger than Beerus in the main series. But I just wanted to clear that up. No, Vegeta is not God of Destruction level yet in this timeline. And I just wanted to clarify some things. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And tell a friend about Walking Productions. The channel's been growing and we've been getting a lot of views recently. And I'm very glad to say that. I am bringing Serena to life. I know she's from the game Super Dragon Ball Heroes or vice versa. But I wanted to give her her own story, and I really like her design. Also, the other 4 Divine Warriors the 3 Divine Warriors will be revealed, and you'll learn more. Please tell me if you do like this Dragon Ball rewrite. Alrighty, thank you for watching. Have fun. Be safe out there.